Welcome to the Explainer. If you're building a saltwater system, you've definitely seen these labels, Reef-Ready versus Standard. And let me tell you, choosing the wrong foundation right out of the gate can lead to some massive buyer's remorse. So we're diving deep into the real differences today to make sure you get this absolutely right. Okay, picture this. You're standing in your local fish shop, staring at two seemingly identical glass boxes. I mean, they both hold water, right? Well, yeah, but choosing the wrong one for your specific setup could mean wasted money, endless frustration, or eventually facing a literal nightmare of a DIY project. So let's unpack what these labels actually mean for you and your future underwater world.
Here's our quick roadmap for today. We're going to define the two main tank types, break down what Reef-Ready and Standard setups actually mean, compare their setup and maintenance realities, and finally, help you choose the right one.
Starting with Section 1, Two Tank Types Explained.
Let's strip away all that marketing jargon for a second. While both of these tanks can beautifully house your fish and your delicate corals, they are fundamentally different in their bones. We're really talking about their built-in plumbing construction and how easily they can adapt to a high-flow reef environment.
Moving on to Section 2, What exactly is Reef-Ready?
Now, here is a super crucial insight. Reef-Ready, it's actually not some official scientific classification. It is strictly a market term. It basically guarantees that the manufacturer built this tank to seamlessly accept the kind of advanced filtration setups that reef hobbyists absolutely love. They've basically done all the structural homework for you.
And this is where that plug-and-play magic really happens. These Reef-Ready tanks come with pre-drilled holes, precise plumbing routes, and internal overflow boxes already built right in. You can instantly connect external water processing equipment, specifically your sumps and refugiums, without having to pick up a single tool to modify the glass. It's a total lifesaver.
Because all these critical connections are designed into the tank right from the factory floor, you get to bypass so many complicated setup steps. This literally fast-tracks your path to getting that stable water flow, highly efficient filtration, and ultimately the easier maintenance routines that a thriving reef system completely depends on.
All right, Section 3. This standard aquarium approach. So think of a standard tank as a beautiful, empty, blank canvas. It's a general-purpose build meant for broad freshwater use or just really basic saltwater setups. And because of that broad appeal, it's not pre-drilled for overflow plumbing. Out of the box, you're mostly going to be relying on external hang-on-the-back equipment or separate canister filters. But here's the catch. That blank canvas can turn into a major headache later on. If you eventually decide, hey, I want the massive filtration power and temperature stability of a hidden sump, well, you are looking at some significant custom modification work. You'll have to figure out a way to safely get that water out of the tank and down into a cabinet below.
Which brings us to the head-to-head in Section 4, Setup and Maintenance Differences.
Here's the biggest hurdle you're going to face: installation complexity. Our Reef-Ready tank gives you a completely integrated, factory-tested route for your water. A standard tank? Well, that forces you to either buy bulky external overflow parts or, brace yourself, physically drill into the glass yourself. And I really cannot stress this enough. Taking a power drill to a brand new glass tank is absolutely terrifying. It takes special tools, exact precision, and some serious nerves of steel. One slight slip, one tiny micro fracture, and boom, your expensive aquarium is instantly a pile of sharp recycling. No, thank you.
If you do decide to take on that DIY risk, your execution has to be flawless. Seriously, anything less than perfect can lead to catastrophic leaks down the line. We're talking ruined floors, ruined equipment, and lost livestock. That anxiety is exactly the friction that Reef-Ready designs are built to eliminate.
But it's not just about the initial setup. It's about your day-to-day life with the tank. Reef-Ready builds genuinely streamline your workflow. Because the plumbing is designed for a sump from day one, routine cleaning and media changes are a breeze. Plus, you get much easier flow tuning and way smoother equipment compatibility, since these tanks often come as paired packages.
However, and this is a big however, regardless of the label on the box, your final success still depends on your execution. A Reef-Ready tank won't just run itself. You still have to nail the proper overflow sizing, make sure your plumbing is stable, and dial in the perfect flow for your animals. Finally, Section 5. Which should you choose? Let's figure out what's best for you.
Let's break this down as simply as possible. If you want a straight, easy path to a coral-focused tank with the sump, go Reef-Ready, for sure.
But if you're planning a fish-only system, or if you're the kind of hobbyist who legitimately enjoys the DIY custom engineering projects, a standard tank is a fantastic, solid foundation.
So when you're actually out there shopping, run through this quick mental checklist. First, verify if the tank is truly pre-drilled and exactly where those holes are located. Then confirm your overflow compatibility, check the recommended stand height to make sure your gear fits underneath, and verify your required sump volume. The best choice is always the one that matches your livestock goals and your personal DIY comfort level.
So, armed with all this info, ask yourself, are you looking for the thrill of engineering a custom build from scratch, or is a streamlined plug-and-play reef in your future? Remember, the box you choose today dictates the next 5 years of your hobby. Choose wisely. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.